I was going to let our guest go, but I was talking to him during the break-in, and I said, how terrible this woman's kids were late to school, and the police came and arrested her. And he said, well, it was traumatizing for us. The policeman came to their house, called them liars, got in their face for his little daughters being late to school. And this is what happened in Austin. They would come and give you these big tickets, and then we looked at the code, and it's like, okay, you've been sick twice in the last semester, and you were late 4 times. Well, the law says it's, you know, a lot more truancies, but then it says parents are exempt if they knew. And now they're saying even letters don't do it. It's all about government taking over your life. This is the opposite of America. Imagine 50 years ago, cops coming to your door and calling you a liar. Man, I can't handle it. I mean, I can't handle it anymore. And again, they think they're doing good. They've been involved in tyranny so long. Tell us what happened to you, sir, because you're in the Washington Post now. You're speaking out. You're all over talk radio. You say you go on some of these shows and they attack you. What about their due process? What about your due process? What about this isn't even a law? They're they're misapplying something, and they know it. Again, they know in Travis County it's illegal where I live. They don't care. They use your ignorance. They're a criminal operation. They're like, well, we're doing the good, so we lied to you. No, you're crooks. What about, instead of saying, I'm sorry, I should do better, but the law doesn't say this, how about you get angry? Tell us what this cop did when he came to your house.
Well, he came to the house. My wife was at a child rearing seminar that night, and I was staying at home with the kids, and we were actually doing homework and working on some art projects for an art show. And the police officer came to the door, banging on it, and he came into the house, and he asked for my ID. And
he came into your house violating the Fourth Amendment. Okay, how did that happen? He just bulled his way in?
You know, it happened so quickly.
You got to get out of that county, man. Good. Oh, it must be horrible. Okay, continue. I guess you are near the District of Criminals. Okay, what happened next?
It happened so quickly, I wasn't sure if I invited him in or if he just walked in.
Yeah, but, you got to learn not to invite vampires in. Go ahead.
But he asked for my ID, and my 3 kids are with me and around me, ages 9, 7, and 6. And I gave him my ID, and then he said, where's your wife? And I said, she's at a seminar. And then he turned to my children and he says, where's your mother?
Think about the contempt for America. Here you are, middle class, well-to-do, both lawyers, and he's treating you like trash. Imagine, this is a government servant who has turned into a redcoat. And so here he is looking at your kids. Where's mommy? And then what did they say?
They said she wasn't there. And then I said, do you think I'm lying to you? And he said, yes.
What scum? What's his name?
Well, I do have his card, but I don't, you know, I can only fight one battle at a time.
I wouldn't be afraid of him. So what? It's time to stand up. Okay, he's in your house talking to your kids, calling you a liar in front of them. Yeah, okay, continue. How did this end? I filed a complaint on him immediately.
Well, I asked him if we could step out onto the front porch.
His lordship.
To continue our discussion, and he refused.
So he just stayed in your house?
Yep. So
how long was he in your house illegally?
Well, at that point, I told the kids to go upstairs.
Okay, how long was this guy in your house?
I would say, I don't know, 20 minutes.
And what did he do, just stand there?
No, he was filling out the paperwork to serve me with a summons. You
got to sue him, man. You got to stand. Don't you understand, sir? They take people's kids all the time, and it's made-up paperwork. You got to stand together. You're dangerous. You got to teach him when he's wrong. He thinks you're scum. He called you a liar. He forced his way in your house. He wouldn't get out of your house.
Yeah, I just try to...
you cannot appease them anymore.
I don't have that much energy to fight everybody.
So what did he do when he left?
Well, he just, after he served me with summons, then he left, and we expected that he would come back and serve my wife.
God bless you, sir. God bless. We got to go on a little bit overdrive here. Oh, my gosh. This is unbelievable. Folks, when I get angry, it's because I know tyranny when I see it. A cop pushes into your house. He calls you a liar, stays there 20 minutes. You tell him to leave, he won't. I mean, it's just... And they got articles everywhere. Get rid of the Constitution. I want to go to your calls. This is so important here, though. You were telling me, I was saying, how was that for your children to see that, sir? You're a lawyer, your wife's a lawyer, middle class. Imagine what they're doing to poor people. Comes in your house, your little girls have been tardy. It's not even under the law. He's calling you a liar. All this is going on. He's with the Loudoun County Sheriff's Department in Virginia. Everybody, send this video to that scum. And that sheriff ought to be ashamed of themselves. Imagine in front of little kids. What do you think the lesson is to your children?
Well, you know, we talk about bullying a lot, and that our children shouldn't bully, and if they are being bullied, to tell us about it. So it was disappointing to see a police officer bullying me, and also having the school system bully the parents. There's a lot of bullying going on by the people that should be teaching our kids not to bully. Well,
we're looking at a photo of Daisy, the 7-year-old, and I bet, yeah, I mean, I can't imagine as a man, because you sound like a very meek, polite person. I would imagine you were polite, and this guy's swaggering around, calling you a liar in front of your children. I mean, this sounds like something out of a cartoon or something.
Well, I wouldn't describe myself as being meek, but I try to be professional.
Gentlemanly.
Gentlemanly.
But my point is, you were talking to the cop like you are now, right? Just being polite, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't handle it. Just don't come to my house and do that, folks. I've had enough of it. Red coats. I'm sorry. Go ahead. And so, I mean, of course, well, most police I know wouldn't act like that anyways in front of kids or anybody. Why did he call you a liar?
Well, because he thought my wife was evading service of her summons.
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, you didn't even have to go to, but now if you see cops at your door, you gonna open it? Or, I mean, I don't open it.
Well, definitely this will run through my mind. But we decided to avoid any more scenes like that.
Oh, and by the way, police, I have hidden wireless systems transmitting live video from my house and hidden cameras in the house. No, I do. I'm just waiting someday when they try to set me up. If they have an advanced team, they're not going to stop all our footage being sent out. I spent a lot of money to make sure it's all under surveillance. They're not going to come to my house and kill me or set me up without it going out. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, to avoid any further instance like that, we decided to have my wife come with me to court, even though she hadn't been served a summons, so that we wouldn't have the police coming by to do that anymore.
Well, God bless you. You know, sir, I'm ranting at you because Patrick Henry ranted, Thomas Jefferson did. We need to get angry about this. And after you've defeated this case, for all the others in the country, and another example of how they're doing all this by color of law, I hope that you sue that deputy for violating your civil rights and your God-given rights. I mean, he came in your house, but you're not sure whether you were being nice or whatever, just kind of, you know, they pushed their way in. But when you asked him to leave, he said no.
Well, I didn't ask him to leave. I just asked him to step out on the front porch so we could get away from the kids.
Yeah, no, you did. That's asking to leave your house, technically.
Okay.
And what did he say to you at that point?
He said he wouldn't leave.
I'd have called the police right then.
He was the police.
No. You get a record of his criminality. No, you get a record of it. Do you see what I'm saying? You get a record. You go, okay, so you're in my house without a warrant. You're refusing to leave. I'm going to call the sheriff's department and report you. You understand? You dial 911.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you're very calm because some places are totally criminal. Well, God bless you, sir. Was this unlike other radio interviews you've done?
Yes.
Yeah, we told you we weren't going to have you on and lecture you about having your kids in the brainwashing center, okay?
Yeah, you kept that promise.
By the way, your daughters are only going to learn how to be drug addicts and promiscuous at that school. I'd get them out of the government training camp. Why don't you just get them out of the government training camp?
We've considered homeschooling, but...
Do it. Take them out of that evil system. God bless you, sir. We stand with you.
Limitless ways to go into business. Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.